It's a belonging of the soul, a sanctuary of the soul. But it's also an experience, if it's coming home, and all the great tales of our civilization, whether it be Homer's Odyssey or Shakespearean plays or the Bible, it's all about returning, coming back to the beginning. And that is reconciliation. Reconciling with your past. Reconciling with your others, your ancestors. Reconciling with your God. Reconciling. Becoming one with. And no mistake that I use that word also, because it's related to atonement. At one meant, break it down, to be at one, atonement. It's not just about sackcloth and ashes, it's becoming one again, uniting as best one can, as I say, in the circumstances that we're in. So all these words are related: reconciliation, atonement, at-one-ment, communion, being at one, union, unity. Union, communion. And of course, the home is where the host is. As we'll see as we walk down in a moment, the whole journey, it's a journey, you see. When you come into someone's home, there's a ritual that you undertake. You arrive at the door, you present something, you give something. It'd be very strange if you didn't. And no matter how good a host you are, you'd still say to yourself, that's very strange, they didn't bring anything. And no matter how often you say to them, I will never ever look for a thank you, I am totally selfless, you're still hit by the fact that they didn't bring something. And then the first thing that you can't suppress when they leave, they didn't bring anything, did you see that? And so on. So we give ourselves, we bring something to this place. And the whole journey through the house is to there, right up to the top, where the host awaits us. Because this is a home, and it's all about sharing a meal, and it's all about, when you share a meal, when, again, in the ordinary sense of the term, it's very like what we do here, you eat off the one thing. You share it, and in eating off the one thing, you become one. You have something in common, sharing bread together. It becomes, the common thing that you eat makes you one. It's a communion. You eat it up. And you're bound to the world in so doing that. I often talk about the let's go back to our roast beef again. When you see it initially, or our lamb, it's more symbolic in this context. When we have a lamb, you see the lamb. My middle son can't bear to look at raw meat, and he looks at this thing with horror when it comes into the house. This slaughtered little lamb, how could we do it? And then you start to dress the lamb, and you decorate it, and you season it, and you make it your own. And then you put it into the oven, and out it comes, and it's a different species. And then it's placed on the table, and the people gather, and we eat off the lamb. And we share our stories and our pains and our problems. And suddenly the lamb is no more, and where is it? It's us. We are the lamb. So the whole thing is an offering of the host, giving of himself for us to consume, to become one with, as any host does. Eat my bread, become one, make yourself at home. And that's what we always say, make yourself at home. And how do we do that? We eat off the lamb. We eat off the host. We take the host's food and we unite. And then we leave, feeling somewhat more bound to those people than when we arrived, even if we brought nothing in the beginning. So it's a real experience of community, real communication, real belonging. So what I want to do now is disturb you and take you out to the porchway here. If we just go down with me, if I need anything, I can come back in if I do.